Right here in Rwanda, African leaders are just on the brink of making history as far as making or creating one African market is concerned. And of course, this will be cemented when the African leaders who have confirmed participation to come here on the 21st, when they'll put pen to paper on the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement that will actually open borders as far as trade is concerned for goods and services to be able to be actually sold across the African borders. Now, what we know is that the negotiations on this particular agreement are in two stages. The first stage does cover the issues of trade and goods and services, while the second stage is covering intellectual property, competition policy, and of course investment. Now, the first stage of negotiation is actually over, and that is what is going to be signed right here in Rwanda. Now, what it means right now is that once signed or put into agreement, what it means that the countries that will have ratified this agreement or signed it into action, they will automatically domesticate this agreement into their domestic laws, allowing 90% of the products produced locally in the individual African states to be traded freely with no taxes on them as far as income tax, rather as far as the import tax is concerned. Now, what is also coming out clearly is that there are a few African countries that are not ready to sign this. Of course, we've had some media reports as far as Nigeria is concerned, calling for more negotiations with its industry players back in Nigeria, just trying to ensure that they sign something that they understand really well how the implications will, affect their economies. Now, these are some of the things that some people probably are looking into and saying that probably the deal is rushed, and so it requires a bit more time to actually get the players understanding deeply into this. Also, we've seen Uganda, of course, the president in the last minute cancelling his trip to Rwanda, but of course sending the foreign affairs minister to come, but expressing commitment to this particular African continental free trade area. Now, on my talk show on In Focus on Rwanda Television, I did have this conversation where we had a lengthy conversation and analysis on this, what it means, what implications it will have for those who will sign it and for those who will not be able to sign it, what that means as far as solidarity is concerned on this particular issue. And I had Claire Kamanzi, the Chief Executive Officer of Rwanda Development Board, on the show. I also had Albert Muchanga, who is the Commissioner for African Union Trade and Industry, and Dennis Carrera, who's the Chairperson of the East African Business Council, plus, of course, Robert Bafakurera, who's the Chairperson of the Rwanda Private Sector Federation. Let's have a look at what they had to say concerning this continental free trade area for Africa.